Lord Windgrace versus Tajic, Blade of the Legion. That is a very good hand for us. We get to exploration into another forest. And then we can explore and hope to get a land, because Guy's Cradle won't do anything for us in the early game. And then we can also Song of the Dryads our opponent's commander if we need to. They will have means of artifact and enchantment removal in those colours, but if they don't have it in hand, then they of course can't deal with Song of the Dryads unless they have a wasteland or a ghost quarter or something like that. This of course turns permanents into a forest. Tajic, Blade of the Legion is a Boros commander, 2/2 indestructible. When it swings in with 2 other creatures, it gets +5/+5, turning it into a 7/7 indestructible. Our opponent has a Sol Ring, but we have... Do we just Wayward Swordtooth here? I think... Yeah, I think we Wayward Swordtooth. I'm not going to risk the Explore. We might not get into another land off of that. We really need black mana and have no means of tutoring for it, so it gives our opponent a chance to catch up with us. We might be ramping, but we don't actually have means of doing anything else, unfortunately. A fetch land would be really good. We have all the fetch lands that we can possibly fit into this deck, apart from, I forget what the name of it is, the blue and red one. That has always been the most expensive one, and I've never wanted to drop the money on it. Go for Explore. Not worthy that our, well, Golgari's Signet will do it. Not worthy that our creatures and non-basic lands will come into play tap now, which is actually relevant in this game, so the sooner we can get Thalia off the field, the better. We can at least get Lord Windgrace into play next turn, and hopefully we draw into a land that we can discard with him. I don't want to get rid of Song of the Dryads. The problem with that fast hand, of course, was we got to ramp, but we've emptied our hand, so refilling that with Lord Windgrace would be really good. Although we can't defend Lord Windgrace as things stand right now. How far are we off the Ascension? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we... Yeah, we need Lord Windgrace and another permanent, and then we'll be able to block with the Wayward Swordtooth. There's our land, so we can go for Lord Windgrace here. We'll discard that Bayou, most likely draw into another one. Not another Bayou, another land, of course. This being a singleton format, we can't have more than one non-basic. And there we go, we have a forest. Toxic Deluge is nice to get into. And now we can block as well. So I don't think our opponent's going to swing in with Thalia. They might get rid of the Wayward Swordtooth. Unfortunately, we can't go for Song of the Dryads on our opponent's commander yet. So we'll just hold up the Wayward Swordtooth as a 5/5 blocker. And they can't kill Lord Windgrace anyway yet, I don't think. We'll probably just wait for them to get more creatures out and then go for a Toxic Deluge, try and slow our opponent right down. That's exactly what we want to do with a Boros deck. Okay, beginning of combat. I'd be intrigued to see what our opponent does here. Okay, they're offering up a trade, I imagine. They might have something that punishes us for blocking, but we are going to definitely go for a block on Thalia because I'd love to have her off the field. Alright, well that's fine with me. So they deal 1 damage to Lord Windgrace. They have 1 less creature to throw into the red zone with Tajic. So that's really good for us. We can go for... Yeah, we'll go for Nissa, how many lands do we have? 4, 5, 6. And she cares about the 7th land, I think. I've played her enough on the channel, and way before the channel existed, you'd think I would know if you control 7 or more lands, so don't necessarily want to throw that away with the Lord Windgrace. Although actually, yeah, I think we better had, because chances are, with 42 lands in the deck, chances are we're going to draw into another one. We'll definitely use the ability. Grab a forest with her, and then we will attempt to draw into another land. We do. It's a Dark Depths, but that counts. Yeah, we'll just go for the Dark Depths. There's no other land for us to play. And should have tapped down the guy's cradle in response to that, but no matter. We'll go for... I think I'd rather draw a card, actually. Yeah, and that's good. That means that we can... We'll just go for our Song of the Dryads on our opponent, yeah. And if they weren't going to scoop there, they were most likely going to scoop to the Song of the Dryads anyway. And then we could have started swinging in at our opponent. They would have been on a 6-turn clock as it stood there. I'm sure our opponent would have got down more blockers, but just seems to be the way things are going with this this Lord Windgrace deck. People don't seem to want to stick it out. I am playing at the weekend, and I don't know how much of a difference that makes. At the weekend, I find that there tend to be either more spiky players that want to have you beaten by turn 5 or 6, which, in my opinion, doesn't always make for an interesting game, or they want to just scoop early like this. Our opponent might have had a grip full of lands for all I know, and I think we had that game in control, especially with our card draw in our Planeswalkers. But let's see what cards we would have drawn into anyway, just for the fun of it. Sol Ring is more ramp, of course. And Modo is just going to freeze on us, as it does. So, yeah, I think we had the game under control, but apologies anyway for what I deem as an early scoop. We'll certainly carry on with Lord Windgrace and try and get more games off with him. Hope you look forward to that, and the other commanders that are being released with the 2018 set that is now live on Modo. We'll be playing some of those, and I will see you all in the next one.